Dear students, today we are going to discuss about measures of central tendency under statistics through Sugan economics. Dear students, today we are discussing about measures of central tendency under statistics. So, statistics is an important subject which is applicable in all the disciplines. So, here being the students of economics, commerce, BBA and other discipline, they must know about statistics and what are the statistical tools which we are having, right, for doing their research. So, here under first we are going to discuss about the measures of central tendency. So, first I explain about what do you mean by measures of central tendency. So, here measures of central tendency is a typical value, or you can tell a single value which represents the total or the entire group or a mass of data, right. So, measures of central tendency is a typical value which represents the characteristics of entire mass of data. So, this is the meaning for measures of central tendency. It is otherwise called averages. So, the measures of central tendency is otherwise called averages. So, here now we are going to discuss about the characteristics of measures of central tendency. So, here the first point, it should be rigidly defined. So, here there is no confusion in the meaning of measures of central tendency. It should be rigidly defined. So, here I have already explained measures of central tendency means a typical value which represents the entire mass. So, here there is no confusion and there is no need to change the meaning and definition. So, it is rigidly defined. Then the second one, it should be easy to understand. So, here the averages or the measures of central tendency are very easy to understand by the students. For example, suppose now we are having marks of 5 students, So, student number 1 secured 50 marks, number 2 secured 30 marks and number 3 secured 40 marks and number 4 secured 60 marks and number 5 secured 70 marks. So, this is the marks given, right. So, suppose here now you are calculating the average value. So, here first you take the total, here 0, 13, 27, 30, 35, right, 17, 20, 25, 250. So, the total marks obtained by all the 5 students is equal to 250, and now we are going to calculate the average value. So, average is nothing but sigma x by n. So, that is equal to 250 divided by 50. So, x bar equal to 50. So, here we are having a single value. This is a typical value or average value. So, it represents the entire data and it is very much easy to understand. So, how to calculate an average value? It is very simple for us to understand. Simply we are adding the total of all the given value x values or the given values, and it should be divided by the total of the number of values we have added. So, here it is easy to understand, at the same time it should be simple to calculate. So, we can easily understand the meaning of averages and also how to calculate average, and also it is very simple. Then the fourth one, the definition. Here you take the definition. The definition average is simple definition for calculating average is equal to x bar equal to sigma x by n. So, here the definition of averages is in the form of a mathematical formula. So, here x bar the average value of all the x value, that is the x bar is equal to sigma x divided by n. That is the total of x value should be divided by number of values we have added, that should provide the x bar value or the average value. So, here the definition or the meaning is in the form of mathematical formula. Then you take the fifth point. It should be based on all the items. So, here while calculating the average value, we have taken into account all the values. So we have here the 5 marks obtained by 5 students are given. We have taken all the 5 values. We have taken the total. The total is equal to 250, and we applied the formula and we have calculated the average value is equal to 50. So it should be based on all the items. Then it should not be unduly affected by single item or a group of item. So here the averages are not unduly affected by a single value or a group of value. Then you take into account of the 7th point, capable of further mathematical treatment. So here we are using averages in calculating other mathematical values and other things. So it is very important one. Then you take into account of capable of being used in further statistical computation. So in statistics, if you want to calculate standard deviation or mean deviation or correlation, regression in and other statistical calculation, we are using averages. So averages is capable of being used in further statistical computation. And the last one, it should have sampling stability. It should have sampling stability. So here under sampling stability, suppose the universe is a greater one, suppose hundreds. We are taking the marks of 100 students. It is not easy for us to calculate taking the total and other things. So here instead of taking all the 100 students marks, what we are doing means we are selecting some 20 students from the 100. So this is our sample. So what is the marks obtained by these 20 students will be added together, and we will get now the total marks obtained by 20 students. It should be divided by 20, and at that time we will get a value. That value will represent not only the 20 students, that is a sample student, but also it applicable or it represent the universe or the total 100. So here averages should have sampling stability. So these are the points you take it for the characteristics of measures of central tendency. Are you clear? So first one, it should be rigidly defined. Second one, it is easy to understand. Third one, it is simple to calculate. The fourth one, the definition is in the form of mathematical formula. And the fifth one, it should be based on all the items. And the sixth one, you should not be unduly affected by a single value or a group of values, and it's capable of further mathematical treatment. And the eighth one, capable of being used in further statistical computation. And the last one, it should have sampling stability. Dear students, kindly go through the video and understand the meaning and characteristics of measures of central tendency clearly. And those who are not subscribing Sugan Economics so far, kindly subscribe and click the bell button. Then only it is possible for you to get a notification whenever we are uploading a video. Thank you friends.